Welcome back to part 2 of our interview with the wonderful Sue. As we previously discussed, she's lost 100 pounds and we went very, very deep into nutritional aspects. But what we're going to find out today, we're going to learn all about the training side of things and what you've done, because once again, that has been one hell of a journey. It's been unbelievable, hasn't it? Because there's going to be something very interesting I'm going to say to people here as well. When people are going to assume the training, I've got a feeling a lot of people are going to think we've just done a lot of cardio to achieve this 100-pound weight loss, but we did not. One thing we've done in particular is let the nutrition do all the talking for the weight loss side of things. And while we were in the gym, which was very minimal time of our week, we'd done something a little bit different, didn't we, Sue?
Yeah.
We'd done weight training, that was it. And that has opened the door to so much for us. When we first started, we'd done very little, didn't we, compared to what we're doing now. But God, can you remember your first? I remember something which I'll say in a second. I think you might know.
I know.
But do you remember coming in for the first time and doing this?
Yeah, I was so nervous. You know, I was nervous.
Yeah.
I thought, oh God, I've got this young lad. He's going to be telling me what to do. He's going to shout at me. But no, anyway, sorry.
Bootcamp behaviour. Anyway, you had that assumption, didn't you?
Oh God, I was like, oh yeah. And then anyway, I remember you telling me, oh, do a body squat. I was like, what's one of them?
Yeah.
And then star jumps. I thought, how'd you do them?
Yeah.
And then I couldn't balance on one leg, and I thought, oh God, what am I doing? You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, things sort of progressed, didn't they? And they got better and better.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh, actually, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
And I want to do more. So this is when we got into the weightlifting.
That was a very important thing what you just said then.
Yeah.
It's what you enjoyed, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is where a lot of people can go wrong. They do things they don't enjoy, and it's a forever battling. So one thing we found out the weight training side was something we thoroughly enjoyed. And obviously further down the line, we realised that we were really, really good at it as well. But I remember when you walked in for the first time, it was great. I really enjoyed it. And I thought, do you know what, this is going to be brilliant. This I can sense the determination that was coming through from yourself. But yeah, what you said about the body weight squats, I went through with yourself a few things I wanted you to do, demonstrated it, and you looked like a lost puppy.
I know.
And then you were doing things, and Sue could not get up from a body weight squat. So what I mean by that is we're sitting on benches right now. Sue had to squat down, touch that bench, and come back up. But Sue ended up sitting down the bench and then just got up like that, wasn't it? And then we'd done a few other things. So what I had to do then is I had to get things like bars next to it to help her assist while keeping that form with the squat. Oh, that was crazy. Yeah. But we've come such a long way, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because now what we've done in our journey, we've done multiple competitions. Powerlifting competitions.
God, wow.
That was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Them powerlifting competitions. So what were your best lifts, do you remember? I do, obviously if you do.
Because we did powerlifting first.
Powerlifting first.
And I tried the competition, and back then, was it 110 I did on a deadlift?
110 on a deadlift
wasn't
in the competition, yeah. What was the squat? Do you remember the squat?
Was it 90, 95? I can't remember.
No, 90 was, 90 kilo squat, 90 kilograms on your back. When we started, you couldn't even get your own body weight up. So that is the difference. Because what you've done, like you just found a love for the gym, because we just unlocked your potential a little bit. And you progressed quite nicely at first, but you got better and better. And then we were getting to a point where I thought, wow, you are going strong here. And then we got really, really good. So 110 kilo deadlift, 90 kilo squat. And we can push press now, which we've got video evidence of. Push press at 55 was our best.
That's it, yeah.
55 kilograms. Which is sensational, isn't it?
Because I look back and I think, have I really done this? Have I done it? Because sometimes people sort of ask, oh, what do you lift, blah, blah, blah. And you sort of give them a number, but they don't understand that number, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
they don't have a relation in their heads of what that might be.
Yeah. But I love it.
And we need to say something else, which we didn't actually say in your video, but we're going to say now. You're in your 50s as well, aren't you? Late 50s now.
Yeah, nearly 58.
Nearly 58.
Yeah, so it can be done. Do you know, age really is just a number.
So you come into the gym for the first time in your late 40s. For the first time. So there's people out there now in the 30s, in the 40s, who are probably giving up a lot of hope potentially, and thinking, how do I do something about it? And you are just proof in the pudding with the 100-pound weight loss. But not only that though, like I say, the training side of things, doing everything in terms of what we've achieved so far. And this starts off very late in your life.
Because my son, well, I've got 2 sons and they want to come to the gym with me.
Yeah.
You've met them, haven't you?
Met them both. Yeah.
I go climbing with them. That's brilliant. It's in the climbing rooms and that. We go up Snowdon.
Yes.
You know, so I can do all this stuff with my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm in my late 50s, but I can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sitting at home in the armchair watching television with the remote control. I'm out there and I'm doing it and I'm enjoying it. You know,
it's quite scary where you might have been if you didn't start any of this.
Yeah.
Because the wave was probably only going in one direction at the time.
Yeah.
And I think what's very, very important before we delve deeper again with the training side of things is that as you do get older, strength training is beyond essential. Strength training is absolutely key to longevity in your life. As simple as that, strength training is key. Like you don't want to, what we do now in your 50s, in my 30s, what we do now is for the next decade. So what you're doing right now is to make sure that you're in your 60s, you can get up off the couch pain-free. That's the things you've got to think of, isn't it?
Well, I've said to you, haven't I? I said, even in my 60s, my 70s, I'm still going to be lifting 100 there.
Yeah, you are.
And I don't know if you believe me or not, but I'm going to be doing it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
like I say, the strength training is absolutely key. And we focus mainly on that because the nutrition was taking care of the diet, of the weight loss, sorry. The nutrition was taking care of that, of the weight loss. So we didn't have to come in here and do anything extra in terms of the cardio side of things. We had that focus on strength because you enjoyed it. And if you enjoy something, you stick at it and you do it. If you thoroughly enjoy cardio, stick at it because you're going to do it, even though strength training is very, very key. So for you, we found a love for strength training and we got ourselves up there, didn't we? And then we started off with the basic lifts initially when we started in the gym. We opened up our scope in the gym, didn't we, in terms of how many things we were doing. We started doing a little bit more, different variety of exercises. And then we thought, let's give it a go with the powerlifting side of things first.
That's it,
got our squat, and then we come up with a plan of a proper training program.
That's it. Yeah, you gave me a proper training program, which it was great. So I was looking forward to coming up to the gym. We did this program, and each week I can see I'm progressing a bit more, and I'm lifting heavier a bit more. And but you were very kind to me. You didn't give me much cardio, which I'm really grateful for.
Because you were doing well with the diet. If you weren't, I would have shouted, and I would have been like, right. But we always programmed. But we now then programmed for strength and powerlifting, so we had to change things up slightly. And it got hard, didn't it? But we had specific exercises. We had to kind of fix imbalances, fix potential little problems that we had as well.
That's it. But again, you know, I can't stress again with the diet is that you've given me high protein to eat. So I know that if I stuck really well to that diet that week, I know I'm going to do well in the gym and I'm going to hit more goals in the gym as well. So high protein, helps with your muscles, and then I'm going to be hitting them numbers that you've given me. And then sometimes I'll tell you, oh Phil, you told me to lift 110 on the deadlift, but I was having a good day, so today I've done 115. You don't mind, do you? You know, there's like that, isn't it? So.
And I knew that you had stuck to everything well, because there's been times that you would come in and you weren't hitting, things were looking a bit slower, things weren't great. I'd be like, okay, let's ask the question.
You know, don't you? You
can like, tell how's it been this week? And you go, I'm like, right, it's okay, but it makes sense.
That's why you're not hitting the numbers,
Because when you get so specific with, and you want to come in and think, like, you've got to do 85 today, so you've got to do 85 parts of the planet, blah, blah. It doesn't always go according to plan, and that's fine. You come up with a plan B, and you do 85 another week. But everything's got to be on point for that 85 to go up at that point, hasn't it? Everything's got to be on point. Everything's got to, your sleep, your stress levels, your protein intake, your water intake, everything's got to be there.
So we've got to take the good days and make the most of them. So
and we really do that, don't we? When we have good days, we run with it.
When
we have bad days, we just go, okay, it's one of them. It happens.
That's it, isn't it? And then obviously, powerlifting, which is fantastic, and I love it to bits. But I just wanted to do a bit more and sort of explore a bit more, wasn't it? So I started Olympic lifting, didn't I? So which we've been doing for about a year.
You start doing like your cleans, your jerks, your squats. But I think one thing that's very, very worth mentioning right now is that you've done well with a goal. Now, you don't have to specifically think, right, I want to do a powerlifting competition, but it's very, very good what you had initially is that we done all the basic lifts and then we started creating the varieties.
Yeah.
But you were like, do you know what? I want to be able to do a 40 kilo bench press. I want to do a 70 kilo squat. You had that goal and then you strive towards it, obviously with my help with the programming. But you strive towards it because I can imagine a lot of people might be struggling right now with no goals in the gym. They go into the gym, think, oh, I'll do a little bit of that. Oh, that's free. Let's jump on that. And I suppose that doesn't always work too well. It's good to be in the gym, in the environment. You want to make that positive change, but having that plan then creates a goal, and that's what you really done well with, Sue, wasn't it? Having that goal in mind.
Yeah, it was only the other day actually we were doing a deadlift, and I said to you, all right, is this the plan for now then? And you said yes. So I thought, right, I want 150 on that by Christmas or whatever.
There you go,
So hopefully by Christmas, I don't know,
and
we'll
you're
get
on camera
150
as well.
All right, okay.
So there we go.
So I'll have to come back at Christmas
We'll
then.
have to prove it now, won't we? If not, we take this video down. I'm joking. But no,
it's doable. It is doable, isn't it? You know, so.
So it all started off with the powerlifting, it all started off with getting good at the basics, didn't it? And then it expanded. But having that goal in mind really, really helped. Having the key to success, wasn't it? But it was having that goal, and then you had a purpose, you had a plan, and that's very, very important. So get good at your foundation, which is what we've done because we were terrible at first. We got good with our foundation, then we expanded, we found what we really enjoyed and liked, deadlifts and squats, for example, for you in particular. And then when we kind of achieved that, we changed to the Olympic side of things, didn't we? Which was a massive challenge in itself because it's completely different.
Oh, God, very humbling humbling lifts. I've gone from reaching, like you said, over 100 on deadlifts and squats and stuff, and then all of a sudden I get a bar with 15 kilogram and I've worked up just about 30 to do a snatch, and I'm like, what's going on? You know, I'm in big numbers, and then all of a sudden it's 30 on a snatch. So it's a very humbling experience to go through.
So what did you enjoy that humbling experience?
Not
what was
first.
Humbling about it? Was it because you went from lifting really heavy, big numbers, to now these little numbers are challenging you?
Yeah, it was just like, no, that I've got to be able to lift more than that, surely. You know, but I think again, I've stripped everything away. It started from the beginning, and again, it's just a matter of working up again, and I give myself goals again.
So what are your goals then with the Olympics?
I've just there's a masters competition, and I just want to hit the represent Wales numbers from the masters for my age. So I have to be 85 combined, so clean and jerk. I thought, well, if I can do a 50, and if I can do a 35 on a snatch, they're not impossible.
That is what you need, just to pass and just to enter, is it? That's the okay.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's very doable. I understand what you mean now with the humbling side of things, because a 50 kilo clean and jerk, you say?
Yeah.
And so when we look at the strength with the powerlifting side of things, that shouldn't be easy, shouldn't it? But because the technique that's involved is very, very difficult, because you push press more than 50 kilos, you push press 55, and it's easier to jerk 55 than it is to push press.
That's it.
And it's easier to clean than what it is to jerk. So if anything, it's push press, and then that's the hardest out of the three: push press, jerk, and clean. Really, and you've done 55, so technically we should be doing more. But it's new for us, isn't it? We're still working on a lot of things. And the snatch is very difficult.
Unbelievable.
But there's a lot of flexibility and mobility required for that.
Yeah, there is.
And what we've done over the years has helped, hasn't it?
Yeah. And then, I don't want to go back to age all the time, but somebody my age hasn't always got that flexibility and mobility.
Right,
So, I'm happy where I'm at, and I'll progress in my own pace, but I'll get there.
Yes, you will.
And then, just see what's next on the agenda like.
And with all the previous years of the strength training and the weightlifting that we've done together, that's massively helped the flexibility and the mobility, because now, for you, for anyone just to go into just start doing some snatches and cleans at the age of 56, the back, the mobility of the shoulders, stuff like that, ankle mobility, knee mobility, there's a lot of things going on, but you kind of subconsciously fixed all those problems and made it possible through the strength training with correct form, with correct technique, and building up the tendons, the ligaments, everything involved.
And again, the strength in it, and like the bone density, and because again, menopause and all that, your bone density goes. So yeah, so hopefully I've got a good bone density going and all that sort of
I think you
stuff.
have. So to wrap it up then, Sue, and another question that I do want to ask yourself, because there's a lot of people here which might be thinking, like, where do I start?
Yeah.
What's your advice on starting for someone who's potentially got that gym anxiety? Do you want to walk into the gym? You haven't got a clue what they're doing. What's your advice?
Yeah, I mean, I still get it now, you know,
Yeah.
so go to a gym that I don't know and I want to walk over to the free weight section, just go there.
Yeah.
You know, everyone there is more concerned about themselves. They're not looking at you.
Yeah.
So just pick some weights up and start your program that you've given them.
Start my program,
And
definitely.
just,
But more importantly,
just get on with it. You
have
know,
a
it's
plan,
just,
isn't
yeah.
it, as
Oh,
well?
yeah, of course.
Have a
yeah,
plan.
yeah,
have an
yeah.
idea of what you want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously you've done that plan for that
Yeah.
person. So you want to go to the free weight section. So sometimes I've gone, you know, to gyms that I don't know, say on holiday or something, and I want to go to the gym. Okay, it can be a bit intimidating. I don't want to say this for women.
No, it is.
You know, but
it is definitely more so for women, 100%.
The free weight section, yeah, okay, it is full of men. They're not used to seeing women go in there and picking weights up. But just do it.
Yeah.
They're not going to say anything to you. So just carry on, just do your program, get your program there, so you know what you're going to do beforehand. Yeah,
you want to know your weight, you want to know your reps, you want to know your set, you want to have that confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people probably have that anxiety where they kind of think, oh, where the hell do I start? So the anxiety starts before they even walk into the gym.
Yeah,
and you want to kind of counteract that, get into the gym and just, what would you say about volume of exercises? Would you recommend initially just do 1 or 2 things, get that confidence up, and then introduce a few more maybe further down the line?
Do you know, I'd say if you've got your program, follow your program.
Yeah.
And then, if your program is more involved with the free weights, you do it, because the other people out there, they might not have a program. They may feel so insecure with themselves. They might actually come over to you and say, oh, what you doing? What you following? So then you're striking up a conversation. Yeah. So then you're going back again. They might be there and the conversation carries on.
Yeah.
Other people get involved and it's like, oh, you know, so you're making friends, you know. So
there you go. It's a big friendly place, isn't it?
Yeah,
like a lot of people have that. I can see why the intimidating factor's there. I really can. Especially because everyone's videoing themselves these days. So you feel like, oh, what that? And then everyone's in really good shape. And then you think, oh, that guy over there, look at what he's doing. Why would I want to go next to him if he's doing that and I'm doing this?
But the thing is, at the back of your mind, you're going to be in good shape one day. So, you know, carry on. Yeah. So you've got a goal and, like you said, so just get in there, do your work.
Just like me and you, right now, for everything that we've achieved together, we went to the gym for the very first time at one point. For the very first time, I stepped foot into the gym. For the very first time, you stepped foot into the gym. You had no clue, I had no clue. But
I was so nervous coming in
with
here.
gardens, we both kind of like, I had a plan, I had an idea of what I wanted to do when I went in for the first time. Obviously, you came with me. But that happens, doesn't it? People go in with no plan. That's why the anxiety gets created, because it's a worry. Whereas if you go in with a plan, start off on machines. Start off on machines, that's fine, because you're going in for the very first time. Just because this person's doing squats, hip thrust, bench press, they probably didn't do squats, hip thrust and bench press for the very first time, for the very first day. When they walked in, the machines, treadmill, get comfortable, machines first. Then, as your confidence improves, you can start kind of expanding your free weights and stuff like that. So that's a big one, isn't it? So wrapping it up for yourself, having a goal was huge for you, wasn't it? Having a goal, something to focus on, something to aim towards. Whether that was the competitions, but even prior to the competitions, it was like, do you know what, I want to deadlift 100 kilos here. That's phenomenal for me. I never thought I'd ever be able to do that. I want to do that. And that worked well. Another big thing to take away from all of this, with for yourself in particular, is the plan of action, having that goal in mind, and having a purpose as well. Thinking like, why do I want to change? Why do I want to change? Because I'm fed up how I am. Make sure that's constantly in the forefront of your mind to walk in there and have that plan, really, isn't it? And really want to change.
I've loved every minute. I can honestly say it. I've loved the journey. And I'll still carry on doing this until 70s, 80s, so till I can't do it anymore.
Keep on going.
Definitely, I will.
Oh, well done, Sue.
No plans on stopping.
Oh, well done, Sue. Thank you very much. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure once again to speak to yourself.
It's been great.
Guys, once again, I'm going to ask you a big favour to make sure you like, to make sure you subscribe, And once again, any comments that you may want us to talk about even deeper, because we try to fill a lot of information in a short space of time, please comment and we will delve deeper whatever you want in terms of helping yourself. But reach out to me, reach out to Sue, and we'll help you on your journey. But just make that start. Make that start and it'll be absolutely life-changing, and you'll have a lot more support around you than what you might think. So yeah, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.
Yeah, right.
Yay!